how far has Francophone Africa come in 65 years?
So
Who's
this is
asking the question and to what aim?
so
What is their ultimate goal?
so this is the German publication trying to establish a way of what's the word? Self-inflection. Like you said, who asked?
Reflection of who? The Europe that undeveloped Africa, or reflection of the Africans? Like,
Mm, mm,
so let me say this to us, and it as Black people, as people of African descent, and of course, I know that anytime you're pointing a finger, there are at least three pointing back at
back
you.
at you. Yep.
So this is always also a call for my personal self-reflection, because what we do as individuals matters in terms of what the group ends up doing, right? So this area that you highlighted that says France alone granted self-determination to 14 colonies. Do you see the irony in that statement?
Mm,
If if I have the power to unilaterally grant you self-determination,
mm.
how self-determined are
Are
you to
you?
begin
Yeah.
with?
True. True. True.
I magnanimously granted it to you. You didn't fight for it in the way that they've acknowledged anyway. You didn't seize power. You didn't structurally change anything. I sat down and I said, you know what? It's like with my kids. You know what? I'm going to grant you that bedroom
Mm,
in my house. Whenever I get good and ready, like now that my children are going off to college and all of that, I can do whatever I
I
want.
want.
As a matter of fact, even while they lived in my home, they
Yeah.
had to abide by my rules because I was the autonomous one. I granted them whatever privileges they had. So first and foremost, for us to be talking about independence in the same, and then the next sentence is someone else granted me the self-determination.
Yeah.
How self-determined am I? How independent am I? Let's just start there. And then for me, it was also interesting as they're talking about the poverty rates in these Francophone countries, which the fact that they're even still called Francophone
Francophone. Yeah.
countries, okay? That's still the lingua franca for these countries. And yeah, scroll back up where they're
Okay.
talking about this. Yes, the Human Development Index.
Oh, it's at
Yeah.
the bottom
So what's interesting to me is who developed this Human Development Index
again.
and when was it developed? Because did we look at how the peoples of these areas lived prior to colonialism? Did we have a conversation about what colonialism did to suppress their autonomy
Mm,
and their development? And then after you have set up all this infrastructure, now you want to come and determine their level of poverty and completely,
disregard
yes, the
your
role that
impact.
yes. So there's so much that I can say about this. And since Halamadi isn't here yet, let me jump in really quickly on this.
Go on.
So first of all is poverty in Francophone Africa, of course, is not simply about income or lack of income,
Mm.
but it's a multidimensional condition, right?
Yep.
That includes deficits in health, education, and living standards. And that systematic measurement only began in the late 20th century. How did we live before? Were we feeding ourselves? Were we doing okay before you guys came and interrupted us? We're not going to have that conversation at all, right? And then let's look at the ongoing influence. No, let me rephrase the ongoing control of these nations
Hmm?
by France. So currently, currency control,
Yeah.
the CFA franc,
Yeah.
which is pegged to the euro and guaranteed by France,
Mm-hmm.
restricts any kind of monetary sovereignty.